The Complete Guide to the TOEFL IBT Test, Lesson 7, Sentence Addition Questions. Sentence addition questions tell you to look at a paragraph in the reading passage. In that paragraph, there are 4 black squares. You are given a sentence that is not in the passage and told to add it to the paragraph at one of the 4 places marked by the black squares. You must decide which of these 4 squares is the most logical place for the missing sentence. When you click on one of these squares, the sentence will appear at that point in the paragraph. Sentence addition questions test your understanding of correct sequencing, of paragraph organization, and especially of paragraph cohesion. You can think of cohesion as the glue that holds the sentences of a paragraph together. There are certain devices that writers use to achieve cohesion. You can sometimes use these devices as clue to help you find the best place to put the new sentence. You might see these devices either in the reading passage or in the new sentence. Devices, signal words. Signal words, personal pronouns, demonstratives, synonyms, repetition of keywords. Okay, let's look at the first one. Signal words. Scientists have many theories about why the ice ages took place. However, none of these theories can fully explain why ice sheets formed at certain periods and not at others. The signal words, however, links these two sentences. It shows that there is a contrast between the information in the first sentence and the information in the second. Okay, contrast. Scientists have many theories about why. Many theories, however, is the signal words contrasting the first sentence to the second sentence. And the second sentence has these theories can fully explain why ice sheets formed at certain periods and not others. Not others. Stone tools are more durable than bones. Therefore, the tools of early humans are found more frequently than the bones of their markers. Stone lebih tahan lama, batu lebih tahan lama dibanding tulang-tulang. Oleh karena itu, bones-nya stone lebih banyak. Okay. Tools of early humans are found more frequently than the bones. These two sentences are joined by signal words, therefore. This word indicates a conclusion. Conclusion, okay. Because the information in the first sentence is true, the information in the second sentence also is true. Okay, stone katanya lebih banyak daripada bones, dan di tool juga katanya lebih banyak dibanding dari tulang dari orangnya. Selanjutnya, African art first came to the attention of European around 1905 when art critics and artists recognized the dynamic qualities of African sculpture. Furthermore, some of the top European artists of the time, such as Picasso and Modigliani, used African art as inspiration for their own work addition. These sentences are linked by the signal words furthermore. These signal words indicates addition. The first sentence provides you with certain information about topic. Ya, African art ini pertama kali datang jadi perhatian di orang-orang Eropa sekitaran tahun 1905 ketika para pengkritik dan artis seni mengenali kualitas dinamis dari African sculpture. Nah, ditambah lagi, furthermore, beberapa artis-artis top Amerika pada waktu itu seperti Picasso dan Modigliani menggunakan inspirasi seni Afrika untuk pekerjaan mereka. Oke, ini addition, furthermore addition. If we watch a cell divide under a microscope, what do we see? First, the nucleus of the cell begins to look different. The dense material then thins out in the middle. Finally, a new cell wall forms between the two nuclei. New cell walls forms between the cell has divided. Okay, the signal words in this paragraph indicate sequence. Sequence karena ada tadi first, then, finally. They are used to link sentences that describe a series of events or, as in this paragraph, the steps of a process. Okay, next, when people look at cloud formations, they have a tendency to see imaginary shapes. For example, they may see faces, animals, maps, household objects, boats, and fairyland figures. Similarly, when people view ink blots on a piece of paper, they may see meaningful shapes. Psychologists have long thought that people's responses when they are asked to explain what they see in a set of ink blots reveal a lot about these people's personalities. This concept is the basis for the Rorschach ink blot test, which first appeared in 1921. For example, links the second sentence to the first by providing specific example cloud shapes to illustrate the general concept presented in the first sentence. Kita lihat, for example, di sini menghubungkan kalimat pertama karena ini ketika orang-orang melihat ke pembentukan cloud, awan, mereka cenderung melihat bentuk-bentuk yang imaginary seperti, for example, contoh wajah hewan dan lain-lainnya. Jadi, for example juga merupakan penghubung. Okay, the keyword similarly is linked to the first two sentences by comparing similar concept. Similarly, ini sebelum similarly kan ada dua kalimat. Nah, dua kalimat itu digabungkan dengan membandingkan dengan kalimat selanjutnya. Membandingkan kesamaan. When people view ink blots, jadi menghubungkan ide tentang cloud formation dengan ink blots on a piece of paper. The idea of seeing shapes in clouds is similar to the idea of seeing shapes in ink blots. Okay, here is a list of common signal words. Contrast, however, on the other hand, nevertheless, unless. In contrast, conclusion, penyimpulan, therefore, consequently, thus, hence. Addition, menambahkan, penambahan, furthermore, in addition, moreover. Sequence, aturan, urutan, first, after that, afterwards, later, next, then, finally, lastly. Examples, contoh, for example, for instance, similarity, membandingkan kesamaan, similarly, likewise, like. Nah, ini ada lagi personal pronouns. Blood travels through the great arteries. It then passes into smaller arteries until reaching the capillaries. They join to form veins, which carry the blood back to the heart. Personal pronoun, it. The pronoun it in the second sentence refers back to the reference blood in the first sentence. Linking those two sentences, likewise, the pronoun they in the third sentence refers back to capillaries in the second and links those two sentences. Oke, jadi di sini ada dua pronoun, ada it dan they. It menghubungkan karena merefer kembali blood, sedangkan they passes into smaller arteries until reaching the capillaries. They ini menghubungkan capillaries dengan ini kalimat selanjutnya, join to form veins, bergabung untuk membentuk urat kah? Veins? I'm not quite sure. Okay, demonstratives. A number of methods of improving worker motivation and performance were developed in the 1970s. Ada banyak metode untuk meningkatkan motivasi dan performa pekerja dikembangkan di tahun 1970-an. One of these was called Management by Objectives, MBO. This technique was designed to improve morale by having workers set their own goals. The demonstrative pronoun this links the second sentence to the first by referring back to the word methods. Oke, jadi this di sini melink atau menghubungkan kalimat sebelumnya dan setelahnya karena this refer ke kata method. Satu dari metode, banyak metode tadi kan, disebut management by objectives. The phrase this techniques sama dengan this techniques links the third sentence with the second, menghubungkan kalimat ketiga dengan kalimat kedua. This technique ini kan tadi ini management by objectives. Okay, synonyms. The earliest remains of ancient animals are those of soft-bodied jellyfish-like animals, worms, and photo insects. The earliest remain of ancient animals. Jadi yang masih tersisa-sisa ini ancient animals, hewan-hewan kuno, purba. The fossils of these creatures show us that while some animals remained simple, others were becoming increasingly complex. These two sentences are linked by the word fossils. Synonyms, which is a synonyms for remains. Remains berarti sisa-sisa. The earliest remains. Oh, this is tricky because it's not obvious. The earliest remains of ancient animals. The fossils dan remains. The fossils of these creatures, so be aware of the synonyms. Repetitive of keywords. Hydrilla is an invasive plant imported to Florida from Sri Lanka some 50 years ago to be used as a decorative plant in home aquarium. Hydrilla has overgrown more than 40% of the state's river and lakes, making life miserable for boaters and often impossible for native wildlife. The repetition of the keyword hydrilla links these two sentences. Hydrilla. In addition to these language clues, nah ini namanya berarti language clues, lem bahasanya. You can also use content clues. Oh my god, we can use content. Isinya. The new sentence might be in contrast to one of the sentence in a passage, a new sentence might give an example of something mentioned in a passage, or it might represent a missing step in the process of sequence of events. Jadi ada tambahan language clues, kita juga bisa menggunakan konten katanya, isinya, the new sentence kalimat selanjutnya, kalimat baru itu bisa jadi merupakan kontras dari kalimat atau kontras, terus the new sentence might give an example, bisa jadi juga memberikan contoh, or it might represent a missing step, atau memberikan missing step, langkah-langkah yang hilang. Remember, there must be some kind of key in either the passage or in the new sentence that links the new sentence to either the sentence that comes before the new sentence or the new one that comes after it. Jadi pasti ada katanya ya. Words, phrases, or anything, ada glue-nya. There must be something, an idea, a word, a phrase. Jadi bisa ide, word, kata, atau frase that tells you where to put the new sentence. So, Our job is to find it. It's up to you to find the clues.